So today I got four strategies that help me stop stressing about what content to post. Because if you're anything like me, you probably felt personally victimized by content and Regina George. And I don't want that for you. So I'm opening up the vault and I'm letting you know what helped me stop dealing with that stress that comes with trying to figure out what to post and not knowing what content is going to be good or what I should post for today. I'm going to help you get past all that. All right. But before we get into that, if you don't know who I am, my name is Marvell. I help creators and entrepreneurs make better content by figuring out systems and strategies that work for them and their brand. Because we're all different. We all think differently. We work differently. So you got to figure out what works for you, not what worked for everybody else. And my way of doing that is by showing you what I do, so that maybe it might influence you, might help you figure it out. Maybe it might spark a question you can ask in the comments and I'll be able to make a response or help you figure out what your process is. But yeah, let's get right into it. So if you're a creator or entrepreneur, somebody that uses social media and content to promote their business or grow their brand, you've probably at some point felt the stress that comes with being a creator and feeling the need to put out content. Whether that's sitting in your car for 20, 30 minutes trying to figure out what caption to write on the reel you just posted and you end up like, fuck this, you get tired of it. Or if you get into that fog where you just don't know what to create, you don't know what to post, you kind of feel stuck. This is the video for you. I'm going to help clear all that up. So one of the big things that really helped me with not dealing with that stress and that anxiety that comes with trying to figure out what to post was getting clear on what content my audience wanted to see. One of the best ways to do this by reading the comments. Go look at maybe 5 to 10 competitors or people creating content in your niche or around a problem that you solve, a service that you provide. You're going to go look at different creators creating content in that niche or for that audience as well, right? Then you're going to go look through the comments, especially on the big pages. You go find the big pages, you look through the comments on the big pages. That's where a lot of people are going to be expressing the issues that they have, the problems they're dealing with, the roadblocks, obstacles in their way, what's holding them back, what they feel like is holding them back. And these are things you want to look for because these are going to give you content ideas. These are going to let you know what content you should be creating. You want to look for what problems people have. You want to look for what goals they have, what they want for their future self, their future life, for their business, what they're afraid of, what they think is holding them back or what's stopping them, what they feel like is the biggest issue or what's keeping them from seeing success, or questions that they have about a topic that somebody spoke about. So if somebody created a piece of content about their content plan and they're going to post this many times a day. Actually, I was literally just scrolling yesterday and a creator had posted, this is going to be my content plan for 2024. And in the captions, there's a bunch of people asking, how are you going to make that happen? How are you going to do that? Can you tell us your content process? Can you tell us your workflow? He wasn't responding to any of them. Bad. Don't do that. Always respond to your audience. But I know that people are not just looking for what the other creator is doing or what they're doing for their content. They want to know the behind the scenes. They want to know how you're doing it. They want to know how you're putting that together, what your strategy, what your process is, things like that. And you can find this in any niche, in any industry. If you go look at the big pages, people who are creating content that has a lot of views, it gets a lot of reach, a lot of eyes on it, and a lot of engagement. You're going to see people in the comments asking for more questions, asking for more information. That's what you want to create your content around. You want to start building up a bank of ideas or problems that people have and just keep adding to it. When you see somebody ask a question in the comments or if you see somebody have an issue or something that they can't figure out, put that in the idea bank, put that in like a notes folder or somewhere on your phone. For me, I used to use my notes folder or like the notes section on my phone. Now I use Notion. That's where I keep like all my information, keep track of like all my databases and everything. But you just need something simple, somewhere to put your ideas or put the problems that people are having. So that way, when you go to create content, you already have a bank full of content to pull from. You have a whole thing to pull from. And what you can do is you can take each one of those ideas and you can do what I call my CBP process. You're going to create 3 types of content for each one of those problems. You're going to create a piece of content that captures. This is going to be something educational, a how-to, a step-by-step process, something like that. Something that's quick and easy to digest. These do really well as like 5 to 7 second reels with just like some text on the screen. Those are really solid for creating content that's relevant to the problem, that'll get the audience attention. Who's having that problem, who's struggling with that issue. So you want to create content that captures. You want to create content that breaks it down. You want to break down whether it's your process or the topic itself, the problem itself, a process that helps solve the problem. You want to dive deeper and give a little more information, go deeper into the process and break it down more. That's going to help build trust and nurture your audience so that they can see that you know what you're talking about, and it's giving them more value, helping them solve the problems that they have. That makes sense? Then for the last one is going to be the P. That's the proof content. So CBP, capture, breakdown, proof. You want to create content that lets them know that you know what you're talking about, whether that's a story on how you got the information, a case study, a before and after, a testimonial, something that shows you know what you're talking about. This is how I figured it out. This is how I got it. And this is like the results that I got from it, or this is how it worked out for me or a client, something like that. So if you do that for each idea or each problem or fear or roadblock or obstacle, each one of those, and you turn that into a piece of 3 pieces, and you take each one of those and turn it into those 3 types of content: capture, breakdown, proof. You should have content ideas for weeks and months, if not forever, right? So that was the first strategy, reading the comments. Second strategy, second thing that really helped me not stress about what content to create, was figuring out my content pillars. Now, content pillars, that's going to be 3 to 5 topics that you talk about all the time on your page. Like for me, for this page, my focuses are funnels, marketing, but funnels specifically, and like the different stages of funnels, whether that's creating the content, lead generation, lead magnet, landing pages, like funnels, content, marketing, and personal development. Personal development, like mindset, growth, bettering yourself, like continuous learning, like things like that. So those are like the only 3 topics I'm really talking about. It's like 90% of the content I'm putting out is going to be relevant to one of those 3 topics. And having content pillars it helps you stop stressing about what you're going to be posting or what you should be talking about, because you know these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you have. Don't want to go more than 5, but these are like the main topics I always talk about. So anything I post, any content I create should be relevant back to these pillars, back to these topics, right? And these pillars really should have 2 criteria that they have to check off to make sure they're good. 1, you should care about it. You should be passionate about it. You want to learn more about it, something you're interested in. It's also something your audience is interested in. They want to learn more about it. They care about it. There's content already being created about it. And one way to check to see if it's something viable or if it's something valuable, if this pillar or this topic makes sense, check to see if people are creating content about it already. People are creating content about it already and they're getting results from it, then it's going to be a lot more valuable. It's going to be something that could potentially be a strong piece of content or a strong content category for you, because you know other people are looking for this content and it's something that you enjoy. So you're going to learn more about it. You're going to continue to grow and develop in that area. And then as you do that, that'll give you ideas for content to put out for your audience, right? Hope that made sense. Next strategy that really helped me stop stressing, helped me kind of get clarity on what I was doing, was paying attention to trends, paying attention to the patterns on social media, paying attention to audios that keep coming up, paying attention to videos and styles or formats that keep coming up. Then not only paying attention, but saving them, saving the ones that inspire me or saving the ones that I think would be good for my niche or my brand. And what really helps is if you create a folder specifically for, oh, these are content ideas I want to try out, or, oh, this is something that's inspirational that I want to look at later, or saving trending audios that don't have a lot of views. I've had clients ask me, how do you know what's trending, what's going to go viral, things like that. Instagram especially will tell you what song is trending. On your Reels page and you're scrolling through the different Reels, right? If you look at the audio at the bottom, it's going to show you the different ones. And as you're scrolling through, you're going to see ones that have an arrow pointing up. That means that audio is trending and it's something that you might want to pay attention to. If you want to really make sure it's trending and you're getting in on it early, you click on the audio, with the arrow trending, and then you look at, that's going to take you to that audio's page. And what you can do on that page is you can save that audio for later. But what you want to look for is you want to look at the original video and you want to see how many views it has. And then you want to look at how many reels have been made from that audio. It shows it kind of close to the top. It'll show you exactly how many reels have used this audio to make a video. So what you want to look for is high views on that original video with a low amount of reels that have already remixed it. So if you find an audio where the original has 1 million views, but only 100 people have made a reel using that sound, that audio has the potential to go viral and to help you get a lot more organic reach, because you're using it early. You're going to get that momentum that comes with an audio that get that trending, because Instagram is going to show that to more people so that they can use it and make it for themselves, things like that, right? Now, let's say you were to find an audio and it only had 800,000 views on the original audio, but 50,000 people have made reels using that audio. That's something that might have already ran its course, and it's more on the downside. So you're not as likely to get as much reach or exposure from using that audio. So if you're looking for audios or you're looking for trends, focus on ones that haven't been used a lot, but there's been a lot of views or a lot of activity on that sound or like the original reel. All right. That's something to help you kind of figure out what's going to pop. You should be looking for to hop on early, and then paying attention like to time of year, like knowing when it's Christmas, more Christmas content is going to come up. Christmas songs are going to come up. When it's getting to the new year, people are talking about resolutions, what they're going to be doing for the next year, what they're leaving behind in 2023, things like that. Pay attention to those time of years where it's this kind of content comes up consistently, and you can hop on that trend early on in the process. All right. And then the last tip I had, the last thing that really helped me stop stressing about the content I was posting is doing a brain dump, getting clear of like all the stuff that's going on in your head. Because you have so many ideas and you have so much stuff floating around, from the content you consume to the TV you watch, the podcast you listen to. Like, you have all these different ideas and things going on. Doing a brain dump like every week, or doing a nightly journal where you kind of just get those ideas out and you kind of start with a blank slate. You're not just continuing to cram stuff in, you're putting stuff out. It helps you get clarity and focus so that you can be more effective and not stress about everything that you're consuming. This is weird. Like, you'll get into the space where you don't want to consume more content because you still haven't processed the ideas or the strategies of things that's going on in your mind. So being able to get a brain dump going and get all that out and seeing like, oh, I want to make a piece of content about this. Oh, I need to turn this into a guide, or this is going to be a good freebie. Like, getting that all written out onto a piece of paper or to a document so that you can start organizing and figuring out how you're going to piece it all together. That helps with that anxiety and that overwhelm that comes from constantly having information being thrown at you all day. So the 4 things that really helped me kind of get clear on what I was doing and what I was looking for. But probably the most important thing that I needed to figure out was that I needed a system and a strategy that would help me turn this into a repeatable process that got results every single time. And it was figuring out what that process looked like for me, for my brand, for my business. If you want to find out more about my process and what I'm looking to do, I made a video about that. You can check it out right here, or it might autoplay. I'm not sure how this thing works, but it's somewhere in this area. Go ahead and check that out. I'll see you on the next one. All right.